Parents, what's the most valuable thing your child has taught you? A while back, my family decided to go camping, mostly to take a break from screens and constant notifications. My two kids were super excited, but I was honestly dreading it. I'd stayed up late packing gear, prepping food, and juggling work emails. And with all the stress from back-to-back projects at the office, I didn't expect to enjoy myself at all. When we got to the campsite, we got straight to setting up. My wife worked on the fire pit while I kept an eye on the kids. Once things were ready, she and the kids took off toward a trail. I sat on a log, pulled out my phone, and checked my inbox until I heard little footsteps racing toward me. It was my son, running full speed and yelling, "Dad." He grabbed my hand, tugging me up. "Let's go explore, Dad," he said. I smiled and messed up his hair a bit. Just then, my wife and daughter came back to grab water and snacks. My son kept pulling at my hand, begging me to come hike with them. That's when my daughter, mouthful of trail mix, rolled her eyes and said, "Don't bother asking him. He never explores or has fun. He's boring." Ouch! That one stung more than I'd like to admit. In college, I used to lead hiking trips. Wilderness trails were my thing. My wife and I met on one of them. But fatherhood, work, and adult responsibilities shifted everything. Somewhere along the way, I started worrying about how I'd look, how people might see a dad acting too free or too young. So I stopped being that person. I gave my son a half-hearted smile and said, "I'll just slow you guys down. I like watching you explore." But he didn't care. He looked at me and asked, "Is slow bad?" My coach says slow and steady wins. I want to go slow with Daddy. That hit me. Right there, in the middle of the woods, I realized something important. I was missing out on real memories, real connection, because I was worried about looking irresponsible. And the only opinions that should matter? My family's. I blinked hard, stood up, and took his hand. I looked at my daughter with a grin and said, "Did you just call me boring? I bet this boring guy can find more cool stuff on the trail than you." Ready, go. I hoisted my son onto my shoulders, and we headed straight for the trail. My daughter shouted, "That's cheating," and my wife scooped her up, jogging after us, all of us laughing. Soon enough, they passed us around a bend, laughing and racing. My son and I took our time. We spent the next couple of hours pointing out birds, collecting weird-shaped leaves, and building a fort out of fallen branches. That trip changed something in me. Since then, I've started saying yes more often. Yes to silly adventures. Yes to spontaneous ideas. Yes to moments that used to feel like a waste of time or too childish. Because the truth is, it's not immature to live. It's not weak to enjoy the moment. Sometimes, your kid has to be the one to remind you what really matters.